Why are these panties so much in a bunch? I mean, goodness. Oh, hey, how's it going? I was actually just watching a video that I got from one of my commenters on my previous video with Kay Nichols and why she quit doTERRA and why. But this one's all about how MLMs are a scam. Oh, snap. So, with that... Anyways, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end so you can get all the insights and to understand why I want to provide the other side. Because I think a lot of times people have the blinders on and they're just like anti-MLM, or they're sometimes maybe for MLM and they don't look at other sides or practice empathy or self-awareness, which I value highly. And so I wanted to make sure to get that across. But without further ado, let's get into the comment that inspired this video. Alright, so this comment came in from Emily, so special shout out and thank you to you. So she said on the previous video that Kay made that I did a review on, she said, I watched this whole video, very interesting, care to review her next video, and then she included a link there so I could go watch it. And without further ado, let's get up into this.
Look how sweet she is. I'm not.
What in the world?
Hey guys, I want to do a quick little follow-up.
Hi, how are you?
Because of the incredible outpouring that I've had.
Hey, can you quiet them birds in the background real quick?
From you guys on YouTube. They're just
No? Okay. Just trying to make a video, you know what I'm saying?
gonna squawk. We're just gonna live with them squawking. Okay, I'm going to touch base on a few things and just try to clear some stuff up. I've been using essential oils my whole life.
I can't hear you because the birds in the background. Just saying.
And I'm not new to it. It's not something, I would say it's like a second nature to me, a second language.
Speaking of nature, the birds, I like nature and birds and stuff. Just not when I'm trying to watch a video and, you know, do some commentary. Just, you know, just a suggestion. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there.
In a way. Guys, you want to come out here? Yeah. You guys want to meet the birds? Let's go get the birds.
Sure. Yeah.
This is baby Blue, they're yelling for each other right now. Hey.
Seem like the birds don't really want to be there either.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Say hello. Hello. Hi. I know. Do you want Milano? We'll go get Milano. You gonna go to the bathroom? You wanna go to the bathroom?
Not sure how this has to do with MLMs being a scam, but it's okay. You know, we got a little entertainment value up in here with the birds. You know, it's cool. It flies with me, if you want to say that. Okay, here we go.
Boop. Shimpoopy, shimpoopy, it's between me and you. Back to this. Okay. All right. Let's see. I wrote down a few points here. Try to be a little more clear about things.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I mean, good job. Here we go. I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready.
I want to talk about how like an MLM gets you sucked in, and they really do. So first of all, they're gonna come tell you, well, you don't know about essential oils. Let's teach you a class about essential oils. And yeah, if you don't know anything about essential oils, probably shouldn't be buying them during like some first little class, which is actually more like 15-minute history lesson, and then also telling you what essential oils are, and then they spend like 45 minutes trying to sell you this product that you really don't know anything about. So
I don't know what kind of class you went to, but the classes I teach on essential oils and natural solutions are almost 80 to 90% like educational, and then you have the back end, which is about 20%, is going to be how to take your health to the next level with either retail or wholesale as a customer or wellness advocate with what is specific to your needs and goals. And it's all about fit, and nobody's sucked in. I mean, people have a choice on whether or not they leave their house, hop into their car, get out their car, walk into the house they're going to that's going to teach the class, or whatever facility it is, or, you know, location it is. So you're in choice. And I think that's part of her mentality is you know, victim mentality, like it's somebody else's fault. And it's like, no, like there's personal responsibility, personal accountability, and you can control the controllables, which is what you put on your body, put in your mouth, and where your feet go. So I'm just keeping it real, but let's continue.
So if you're not comfortable after that, using something that they've just explained to you is like really potent and powerful, don't go home and do some research.
You always should do your research. Jordan Belfort, link will be in the description below, talks about the 3 10s rule, and it's when the person, product, and company need to be a 10, 10, and 10 in your mind before the action threshold is lowered and you can make a purchasing decision. That is going to require some research, maybe a little shopping around, a lot of that. And then what you need to do though is know, like, and trust the person, know, like, and trust the product or products, know, like, and trust the company, and then I would add there's got to be like a customer service slash response time element too, because you don't want to be like throwing out a text, email, phone call, and then never hearing back from the person that's teaching you in the class. So that's going to be a fourth element that I added in there, because I see that, I get questions on social media, Instagram, YouTube about that. So that's important to keep in mind. And what she's basically saying is that, but in a different way. But when you have sales training, which I do recommend because that's part of your personal development as an entrepreneur, not just in doTERRA, or whether it's a side hustle or something you want to get into in the future, everyone should have sales training, even if you're not in sales, because you have to sell an idea of where you want to go out to eat or where you want to go vacation to family and friends and stuff. So there's always going to be selling. It's just maybe not selling in the same transactional context. But I don't even like the word selling. I like the word serving, because really serving implies that you're understanding people's needs and giving them something that they actually do need or want in a way that adds value.
Also, I want to clarify, essential oils are full of chemicals. Yeah,
They're natural chemicals. Let's see if she actually says that.
they are. Like everything is. And chemicals react with medications. So
They can if you don't use them properly and don't understand the proper benefits and uses. But let's continue. But hey, that's no different than the food you eat, alcohol, cigarettes. I mean, I can keep going. There's interactions with a lot of stuff. The air you breathe, what you put on your skin, synthetic, toxic. I mean, let's think about this, right? Anything can have an interaction with anything, but it's just not exclusive to essential oils, and it's not exclusive to doTERRA or essential oils. And doTERRA is not just essential oils. There's other products that they have too, which can reduce the likelihood of a reaction, like fractionated coconut oil, which is the carrier oil, and actually helps essential oils absorb better into the skin topically. But let's see what she got to say.
believe it or not, these little powerful bottles of natural stuff, they are chemicals.
Natural chemicals, not synthetic chemicals. Let's clarify that.
Mind blown? I don't know. You're probably thinking during the class, like, holy crap, $93 for a bottle of frankincense?
That's retail. There's also the wholesale price. And if you have any idea with regards to business acumen, prices are dependent on supply and demand on top of quality and service, as well as other factors that determine price. You wouldn't expect to buy a brand new Lexus for $10,000, would you? No, because Lexus has a brand, number one. Number two, they're offering more quality and or service than a Kia. So nothing against somebody who has a Kia or a Lexus. I'm just trying to use an example that brand, quality, service are all factors into the price. And when you have business acumen, meaning you have knowledge about how business works, supply and demand, how the economy works, that is a part of your language and verbiage. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. If that ain't coming out your mouth, that means there ain't an understanding about it, and there certainly ain't going to be an appreciation for it. So, I'm just, again, trying to keep it 100.
Like, it's this big. It's like this. Here's like this big. Beep, beep, beep.
Okay, what's your point? It's smaller in size, it's more concentrated. All right.
$93, and they go, I know, but it's like the purest essential oil that you can get. Here's a hint. That's arbitrary. Like, yeah, okay.
So is your statement.
They're high quality, but there's a lot of them that are.
Prove it. I need to see the third-party testing, the verification of that testing that's publicly available, so that the GCMS test results can be compared apples to apples with the chemical constituents of other brands. When you can provide that, then we can say that it's not arbitrary. doTERRA provides that with source2u.com. You can look up the oils with the batch number on the bottom of a new essential oil. You go there, you type that number in, you get a PDF as well as the GCMS testing results that show exactly those chemical constituents. So until you can do that, It's not apples to apples, and her statement is super arbitrary, not fact-based.
That don't cost $93 a bottle. So they'll go, I know, it's a lot. So let me tell you how you can get them cheaper. Fantastic. You can get a membership. I can. Bless me, I'm so exclusive.
I'm not really feeling her tone and like body language. I don't know about you. It seems very like facetious, sarcastic. I mean, I know I go in on people. I give some tough love. You know, I'm keep it real with you too. But at the same time, I'm trying to like correct, but at the same time have a little fun too. You know, edutainment, educational, and entertainment. Hers seems a little like contemptuous almost. Like there's some contempt or something. You know, like she got some unresolved issues. Is she? I mean, I try to resolve issues. This is verbal therapy for me, but maybe it's verbal therapy for her. I don't know. Ooh, we getting deep. Let's go. Let's continue here.
So you can get a membership for $35. You can get 25% off of these things. 25% off? Pff, it's a steal, right? Now I'm only paying $70 for this little bottle of frankincense. I'm a wise shopper. Seriously guys, don't pay $70 for a bottle of frankincense. That is ridiculous. Unless you bought a tub. Oh, share it.
First of all, the frankincense topic of price was already covered and resolved in my video that talked about the best doTERRA business training for beginners. There was actually somebody from the audience that talked specifically about frankincense. And to summarize that, it has all to do with having a value mindset. When you exchange value for value, meaning money for a high quality product, it's seen as an exchange of value, not something that's too expensive or that you can't afford. People spend a lot of money on vacations, on Starbucks every year, on cigarettes, on alcohol, on eating out at restaurants, on clothes, on shoes. I can keep going. It's not a matter of how much it is. It's a matter of what you value, and what you value will be based on what you believe in, and what you believe in will be based on what you have let into your mind, meaning your eyes and your ears, on how you were raised, what you read, what you watch, what you listen to on podcasts, everything like that. So having more awareness about how you believe what you believe is more like psychology, especially as it relates to how you think, say, and do things. But that's an important note to make, because that is called self-awareness, and if you don't have that, it just makes it seem like you're just making statements without looking at both sides, which is not very objective. And for me, I don't hold somebody as credible when they're just super one-sided. Like, I do present my side, but I try to understand the other side, and I try to come to accurate conclusions based off of that, because I still got a home team I root for. I mean, I'll be honest with that, but at the same time, I will try to practice empathy and see the other side. That don't mean I always like or agree with them, but I'll, walk a few steps in their shoes, walk a mile if I need to, if it makes sense. But then I'm okay with taking them off and saying I don't like the color or the feel of those shoes, and it's not a good fit.
Please. I do still love essential oils. So for those of you that think that I'm just like throwing them all out, I'm not. I did give away all of my essential oils to the lady that maintains my dreadlocks, and just for personal reasons I did that, and I hope that she's very happy with them. And shout out to her. I'll leave her information in the link below. Please do not harass her.
Hey, lower your voice. Inside voices, okay? Calm down. The birds is already enough, all right?
She is incredible with doing dreadlocks, and I love that woman to the end of the world and back. Okay, with all of this being said,
Are you done? Sounds like you need some oils for balance and relaxation after that.
okay, so then they throw at you, oh, you'll get your 25% discount. All you have to do is pay $35 within for your year-long membership. And then you have to renew your membership every year. So I want to point out, $35 can buy you a lot of essential oils. And I wanted to prove it. So
Yes, but what's their quality?
I went to the store, and this is HEB in Texas, or you can go to,
What you trying to do? Flash us? What? This is a family show. Come on now.
hey.
What? Okay. We're gonna move on. All right, we're gonna move on from that. I don't know what that was. I don't know what it ain't. But she's trying to show her heart and some other stuff. Let's go. Let's keep moving. We're gonna keep it moving. This is a family show. We're gonna keep it that way.
You can go to HEB, or you can go to like a wellness store or something like that. But I'm going to show you what I got for 26 bucks. And these are things that I will be using. I did pick up Now brand, which was the brand that I had used prior to using doTERRA.
So you used it before and now you used it after. I did a video on doTERRA versus now essential oils, so I'm not going to drain or go in depth on the differences because that video already covered it. What you can actually do is if you're on your desktop or laptop, you can actually just go to my YouTube channel, like the main screen, and there's a little about tab. There's a little magnifying glass next to that. If you type in like now essential oils or any type of like doTERRA versus, it'll actually pull up all the videos that have those keywords in the title and the descriptions and tags. So it's kind of like an internal search engine within my YouTube channel, and I highly recommend folks do that because I have over 1,300 videos, and it's videos like this that she's done that motivate me to create other videos because I believe it's important to provide the other side. I will continue to sound like a broken record on that or beat a dead horse because when videos I feel are super one-sided and they take very little to no consideration of the other side of the coin, I think it's important to have a voice on that other side and a reasonable response and just keep it real at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying?
This is eucalyptus, which we like to diffuse in the winter. This is, I burped.
Excuse you? Goodness, where the home training at? This is not there.
Citronella. And I bought it because we all know citronella is supposed to, repel mosquitoes. Not kill, but repel mosquitoes. So I looked up how that works, and apparently citronella.
Go ahead, get it out, girl. You done good. Got out a whole bunch already. Let's continue with it. Let's keep on.
Neutralizes the smell of lactic acid and.
Go ahead, think about it.
What was that other thing?
It's okay.
That
Just
humans
move.
put off carbon
Dioxide.
Yeah,
you got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it neutralizes the smell of these things, which are supposed to attract mosquitoes. But they've done research and they have really nothing to back it up. But I haven't smelled this one. I'm gonna open it up and smell it. It smells like citronella.
And potentially other stuff because with essential oils, because it's not a regulated industry, and if you can't verify the quality and chemical constituents, you could literally have one drop of essential oil in that bottle she's holding and have the rest be alcohol or contaminants, fillers, pesticides, herbicides. You don't know, and they could still say 100% pure or even organic. So organic just means 95% of the ingredients need to be verified or USDA certified organic, but that label just costs money, so it's more for like marketing and branding. So again, like that's why people hate on doTERRA because of CPTG and their third-party testing and who pays for it and marketing this and marketing that. But at the end of the day, they can provide the chemical constituents that are in their bottles of essential oil, and that can be seen publicly for specific batch numbers. When other companies provide that level of transparency, then we can come to the table and compare apples to apples from price and quality standpoint, and then factor in service, which includes personalized support and education done by wellness advocates like myself and others. So again, we need to look at the bigger picture, and I don't believe she's doing that, and that's why I'm doing this video again, because it just seems very like, with the blinders on.
I don't know what I expected. Yep. All right, I paid, like I said, 26 bucks total for all of these. Oh, real quick, size comparison. Yeah.
Okay, so what does that have to do or prove anything? Okay, so you pay less money for less quality that can be verified for another essential oil than doTERRA, who can be verified and has higher quality because of that. So, like, what's your point? Improving size. Like, okay.
Let's see, we got frankincense, and I paid a little under $6 for this bottle of frankincense.
So you get a big old bottle of frankincense for $6, which is literally a super fraction of the others. I would highly question the quality of that and what else is in there, although we won't know because they don't publish all the ingredients that are in there besides just the essential oil. They don't even have to list that there's alcohol or an alcohol solvent in there because it's technically not part of the ingredients. It's part of the extraction process from that plant. So that's again what I'm talking about. Like, you got to know what's in that bottle. And some people are like, well, it's cheaper and it works for me, Lance, so get off my back and quit doing videos that talk about that. Where I'm like, well, hold on though, like, just because it works for you, how much of that was placebo effect? In your mind is pretty powerful. If it worked because of that, hey, okay. But let's talk about the quality, because the higher the quality, the more consistent results you will receive from that. And the more consistent results you receive, the better and more positive experience you'll have. So quality does have a factor in your results, and I'm willing to pay a premium for it as well, within reason. doTERRA offers a lot of value with regards to their loyalty rewards program, free product of the month, quarterly specials. So you can get free products. I get like $500 in free product every year because I take advantage of stuff, and I'm educated on the benefits and uses, so it doesn't just collect dust or, like stay in the box they, came in, and I don't throw them on the ground like she did on her other video and whatever she did. I mean, she was. Anyways, we're gonna continue here with her analysis of frankincense.
Yeah, that's right, $6.
I don't know why she's proud of that. Like, price is only one factor of the equation. Quality, service. Come on now.
Smells like frankincense. I don't know what to tell you.
Actually, what you can tell us is how accurate your nose is, because if you're not trained, I'm not trained on smell, so I'm not professing to be like a smell expert on essential oils and detecting like contaminants, fillers, pesticides, herbicides, or anything like that. But that is actually what trained specialists are doing when they actually can smell oils, and they have a more accuracy than just the regular person. But that is still just one way to test. You have GCMS testing, you have a lot of others too. So there's so many testings that are done to make sure that the quality you get is there, which doesn't even have to be done, which is why a lot of companies don't. Or they may say they do, but you can't see the results publicly. But with doTERRA, you can.
And then I have lemon, which I think this was like $3. Smells like a lemon. Okay. And then tea tree oil, which is one that I...
If she can establish how her nose is better than GCMS testing, or that she's 100% accurate with her assessment of contaminants, fillers, alcohol, solvents, pesticides, and herbicides, that her nose can detect, until she can establish that, like, there's no credibility in her ability to smell something and say it's lemon. Yes, it could be lemon. It could be 10% lemon in that bottle and 90% alcohol solvent. It could be 50% lemon and 50% alcohol solvent. Like, you don't know. And until she establishes that credibility, I'm not professing I have that credibility. I'm just saying, if she is going to put weight in her ability to smell something and say what it is just because it says something on the bottle of what it is, you got to establish credibility in that. And if you don't have the credibility, you have to say, well, here's some other ways to verify. Otherwise, I'm just speculating that it is of equal or greater value, whether it be from price or quality standpoint.
grew up using, and I use it on my hair, and I use it in like my really cool beeswax container. I'll show you. That stuff is awesome, by the way. Okay, I'll show you this. Oh, the light is terrible. Okay, this is it right here. It is hemp 360, organic, vegan, GMO free, and it's full of this really awesome, super thick stuff. And I get this at a local farmer's market, but I melted it down when I got home. This is what it is. I melted it down when I got home, and then I put a few drops of my tea tree oil in it. And then after a shower, I just rub it on my face. And it helps to keep my face beautiful and clear, and I love it. It smells awesome because there's cocoa in it, so your face kind of smells like chocolate, which is, I mean, who doesn't want that?
I mean, I love chocolate, but there's also more than one way that you can hydrate your skin and support it with regards to a youthful appearance, or, handling blemishes or breakouts. Like, I use a fractionated coconut oil, and then I have an essential oil regimen that I do morning and night, which I did a YouTube video on. You can check that out. But basically, that helps my skin stay clear, and that's huge for what I do, because I'm in front of the camera a lot, and it's important for me to feel confident literally in my own skin and address the root cause of what's going on inside of the pore, which I addressed in that video I'm talking about that I have on my channel. But the point I'm trying to make is there's more than one option that you can use to hydrate and take care of your skin, and she's just showing one. I'm just, again, showing another.
All right, so like I said, I got all of these for, there's a hair, 26 bucks. And yeah, like I said, you can do a lot with 35 bucks. So
yeah, you can get a wholesale membership as a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate. Most people become a wholesale customer either in behavior or purchasing behavior. And then, yeah, and what you just purchased for a similar amount or lesser amount still is in question with regards to the level of quality that can be verified. And just because she said the word quality and that other people in doTERRA say high quality with doTERRA doesn't negate the fact that more fact-based evidence is needed to support her claims, as well as to verify doTERRA's quality, so that more apples to apples comparison can be done.
just keep that in mind when you're like, $35 for a year membership or $25 for a bunch of essential oils that'll probably last me years.
Well, first of all, that $35 membership, if you're just now starting, like that's waived with an essential oil kit. And that is really important to know, especially in the US. With different countries, it varies, but in the US, it's waived. And that's important to note because you get more value because of that. And folks get essential oil kit that handles most of their health priorities, whether it be for an individual use or family use. So yes, the bottles are bigger for now, essential oils. Yes, they are cheaper, but is the quality there? Is the level of personalized support and education on the benefits and uses there? Can I text somebody if I have a question? Can I email somebody and get a response? Can I YouTube comment on something and know that I can match a name with a face? Can I do all that with Now Essential Oils? No, I can't. Yes, I can call their customer service, but there's limited hours, just like there would be limited hours for a wellness advocate. But at the same time, I can't match a name with a face unless they tell me their name. I can match a name with a company, but not a name with a face. Like, it's different. Like, you get a lot more personalized experience with somebody that's a wellness advocate who is an expert in their field and knowledgeable about the benefits and uses of oils.
Seriously, this stuff will last me a very long time. I probably won't have to buy more of these for several years because these are huge bottles. And by the way, 5 is a lot. What the heck do you need 10 essential oils for? This is a lot.
You need different essential oils to help with different health priorities because they offer different chemical constituents that help different people. Essential oils don't help with everything, but they can help with something, and a lot is based on your age, your gender, your height, what you're eating, your lifestyle. And so one oil may work amazing for somebody else uses it the same way, it doesn't work a lick. And that's why you sometimes have a little trial and error involved, but specific resources and handouts and guides that I talked about in my previous video review of her shows that you can have a starting point with regards to how to use oils, but you may not have all the oils that are going to, address what you're specifically looking for. Or one oil may work so-so or not at all, and one oil may work amazing. So there's a little trial and error with each person, but the resources that are provided and available, they offer a starting point, and then that's where the self-exploration happens. Because I've been in doTERRA for over 5 years now, my starting point was in year 1 or 2, and I honed in on a solution that worked around year 3, and I'm good now. Like, I just keep maintaining my quality of life and wellness and tweaking here and there, and it's amazing. My skin is clearer than it's ever been, and I don't have to wear any, man makeup or any type of makeup or covering up or foundation or nothing. Like, sometimes I have done touch-up stuff if I'm getting in front of the camera, like for other stuff like a commercial or something, but like really nothing, because my skin is healthy, and when it's not, it tells me through breakouts and stuff. So like my point I'm trying to make is that there are resources available that talk about why each specific oil is needed, and that needs to be factored into the actual topic of what she's saying too.
I can do a lot of things with these. I mean, people are crazy. Frankincense, they say when in doubt, use frankincense. That's one of their catchphrases. Why not just use it for everything, right?
Don't be hating. Don't be hating. Come on now, you bought frankincense yourself. Are you going to acknowledge that? Because you're using it for something, maybe not everything. It's a saying, it's going to be directionally correct. It has so many health benefits that it can be used for a lot of stuff. So, again, that face right there is really, really just says it all.
But yeah, I do use these 5.
Alright, can you get them birds again? Alright, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do a video. Just saying.
Or I should say, I use these 4 quite a bit. I've never used the citronella one, so I'm going to give it a shot and let you guys know what to think. But it's friggin' winter, so it really doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, I'm not into that.
You alright?
Oh my god, that smells like a citronella candle. Okay, the other way that they say that you can save money is through their points system. So it's called the loyalty rewards points or loyalty reward program. They're interchangeable. And I'm not gonna go into detail how it works, but I can really compare it to pretty much any reward point system that a business has. Think like when you go buy makeup, usually if you give them your phone number or have some kind of weird membership thing, you can get points back, which you can go back later and spend on things. So I don't really consider this a way of saving money, more just a rewards thing to do.
You do save money because you immediately save 25% off retail, and you can get an additional 30% off, totaling a total of 55% off your oils with doTERRA after a year of doing at least 50 points per month. I've done LRP videos on that. You can search, if you're on your laptop or desktop, on my main channel page, just type in that little search bar and type in LRP. But the point is depending on what kit you start with, you can jump ahead or jump start on what savings you get as well. And you do save money with the LRP, and you get free stuff too, which adds to that. So that again, we have to be accurate in what we're saying. She can't just throw out a statement because it supports her agenda. And at the end of the day, the LRP, or loyalty rewards program, that doTERRA offers is similar to a hotel rewards program or a frequent flyer rewards program, where the more you stay with the hotel or the more you fly with an airlines, the more free flights and more free nights you get to reward you for the purchases that you made. And you made those purchases because you exchanged value for value, meaning money for a hotel room or money for a plane ticket, because you needed to go somewhere for vacation or business or whatever. There was a value exchange. There was money exchange for a reason. You were in choice. Nobody forced you to buy that hotel room. Nobody forced you to buy that airline ticket, just like nobody forced her to buy all the essential oils that she had in her other video I did a review on. And it's because she was in choice, and she chose to not take any personal responsibility or self-accountability with regards to her business, and instead try to blame others or shame a company because of its business model of word of mouth and referral marketing, which is arguably the oldest and most effective way to share a product recommendation and turn into a purchase. So that is actually, I'll have a link of that in the description so you can check that out, and where I'm pulling those sales numbers from as well. So again, I'm coming to conclusions to the best of my ability. I'm open to constructive feedback, but based on fact-based evidence. And I understand that not everyone values certain facts because they may be anti-MLM, but at the same time, it's important to see the other side.
The big difference is, like, when I go buy makeup, in order for me to keep my points, I don't have to buy makeup every month. They're just like, that's cool, we'll stack it up, we'll hold it right here for you.
Because you don't need makeup every month. But if you're using supplements or essential oils that help you with a specific need, then that's different. Again, we need to compare apples to apples on that. Like, they are more consumable in the sense that you may need lemon oil because you're using them in your water more, or they're a part of your daily lifestyle more. If you need it more, it's because you're using it more. And if you're using it more, it's because you understand the benefits of it more. If you understand the benefits more, then you're getting more value out of it. That's how it works.
And when you come back in 6 months, because we know you don't wear makeup, they're right here. And then you get one thing of mascara a year, and now you're here. Good job. So with doTERRA, you have
Okay, I don't know what your point with that was, but we'll continue.
to place an order every month in different varying degrees in order to.
Yeah, I covered that in my LRP video, so you can just YouTube search or even Google search LRP, doTERRA LRP Lance even, and you'll find some videos, tons of videos on that. So boom.
Continue to get points. And I don't like that they make you place an order every month to be a part of their rewards program.
Nobody makes you do anything. Okay, there we go with that language. You are always in choice of what you do. Nobody has a gun to your head to pull out your credit card, type that number in on doTERRA's shopping cart, and then hit save, and then make a certain amount each month. Nobody has got a gun to your head. You are in choice, okay? So if you need to support getting a higher discount in product credits, then you have different degrees of which you could do so. Only 1 point, which is roughly $1, helps you keep whatever points that you already have earned. If you do 50 points per month, that's what helps grow your product credits and rebate over time, where to the point where you get up to 55% off after a year. So nobody's making you do that. It's up to you based on what you want to do with your money, and you vote with your dollar, right? So you voting and saying, hey, I'm going to exchange value for value and purchasing these products means that they're helping me. Or some people buy because of emotional need, which is probably most people buy off of emotion, and then we justify rationally with it, right? Like, ooh, I felt good about the purchase, and then now, I have a little bit extra in my budget to pay for something each month, so it makes sense. That's what I mean by that. But the point I'm trying to make is Nobody forces you or makes you do anything. You're in choice. And again, the personal responsibility and self accountability aspect is not present in her language, which is a red flag for me, a huge red flag. I own anything that I've either allowed to happen that turned out negative, or that I had an active hand on, either thought, words, or actions, and it didn't turn out well. I will own my part, and sometimes it's a large part, and sometimes it's a small part. But at the end of the day, the steady constant in all the situations I experience in my life is me. So if something's not going the way I want, then I need to improve something and control the controllables. I can't control everything, but I can control a lot of things, especially my thoughts, my own words, and my own actions.
And I get it, like the rewards are supposed to be rewarding you for being a loyal member. It's called the Loyalty Rewards Program. But holy
Whoa, 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 you better watch your mouth, okay? This is a family show. YouTube policy is pretty strict now, right?
what do you need that much product for?
To be prepared for life's little emergencies, have natural solutions within arm's reach, so when they pop up, not if they pop up, you are ready and prepared to live a proactive wellness lifestyle and not be reactive and be in a ditch and then feel like you have to go to the emergency room or somewhere else because you weren't properly prepared. That's why if you fail to plan, then you can plan to fail, and that is especially true for your health.
Oh my god, you don't. You don't. They're going, well, just buy a chapstick. That's fine. Girl,
Or, dude.
I don't need your chapstick. It tastes like what that urinal cake smells like.
Whoa, what kind of I don't know what kind of toilet you've been licking or kissing or putting on your lips, all right? But first of all, you shouldn't be eating, the lip balm, all right? And second of all, licking the toilets or whatever you point to looks like the bathroom, okay? All right, let's continue.
I don't like your chapstick, okay?
Hey, and I don't like your attitude, all right? You're at about a 7 right now, pushing 7.5. We need you at like a 3, all right? You're more tolerable at a 3. You know what I'm saying? All right. We're going to continue, but okay, all right?
Okay? It's expensive anyways. By the way, they're like $6 for that chapstick. I will say that this is one of the things that they say, and I don't like it. I don't like your chapstick.
Hey, who you pointing that finger at? Okay, we need a little attitude adjustment class. Speaking of class, I know you don't like classes. Don't worry, I'm not gonna sell you anything, but attitude adjustment. Don't point fingers. Don't cuss. You know what I'm saying? We trying to help the peoples out there make this family friendly content. I'm over here having to bleep out words and stuff and put more work on me from my editing standpoint. All right? Dang, come on now.
It's yucky. It's not chapstick. Lip balm.
I'm glad you think this is funny, okay? Because, where's my oil at? I need to breathe something for this because I need to calm down myself.
I don't like it. Some of their products are okay, but I'm just not willing to support an MLM, so I'm not going to do it. And that brings me to my third point, which is why I'm not going to support an MLM, is because it's predatory.
That is an opinion, and again, let's hear what she's going to say here because this is going to... I'm going to just based on her other video I did a review on, predatory is a statement that sounds like a victim mentality, especially as it relates to an MLM, because it doesn't factor in the element of consumer discernment, meaning the ability to see the truth from the less truths, half-truths, or hearsays. If you don't have that skill set or ability, then yes, you're going to have more of a victim mentality, whereas woe is me, put my hands up in the air, the world's coming to an end because I had a negative experience, versus here's what I need to own, here's my part, here's what I could have done better, here's what I can improve. That's more of a mature, reasonable mindset. Her mindset, victim mindset, that limited mindset, especially on price and things being quote unquote expensive, especially factoring, like, we haven't looked at her budget on how much, her bank statements on how much she spends on eating out, restaurants, vacations, shoes, clothes, her dreadlocks. Like, I'm not trying to go in on her, I'm just saying, for you to say expensive, you haven't also, like, for me, like, I don't know how much she spends on all those stuff, but for me that could be expensive, and it's only quote unquote expensive is because I don't value those things. Now if I value those things, then I might say, wow, that's a good value, or man, that's quote unquote cheap, right? But at the same time, we have to factor in what we value as a part of price and other things.
And that is the third way that they get you to save money. It's that predatory tactic that they use. So you're saying, all right, well, I'm getting 25% off with my membership, and I'm using the loyalty rewards program, which I'm getting a few points back with that, I guess, which I can just use to buy more product later, but I don't know if that's really saving me money. How else can I really...
It is saving you money. You're automatically saving 25% off retail, as I mentioned earlier, and then you're also getting up to an additional 30% back on anything that you buy. So you're qualifying if you do a certain amount, 125 points before the 15th of the month, you get the free product of the month, and they typically have, but not always, quarterly specials, so you can get more free products. Yes, you spend a little bit more, but you also get a little bit more back in free products. So, and there's also savings every month with regards to like 10% discounts on stuff. So you save money, period, when you're on the doTERRA LRP. That is a fact. Whether or not you save the amount that you want or value or anything like that because you're anti-MLM is a whole different story. Like, if she has an anti-MLM mindset, then it doesn't matter what I say or what facts I present, because she's going to discount or value those. I am trying my best to take what she says into consideration, but at the same time, because of my for MLM predisposition, I will to some degree discount what she says, but I'm also not just discounting it, I'm also looking at what she is saying from an empathy standpoint, trying to put myself in her shoes, as well as look at the other side and provide accurate information so people can come to an accurate conclusion by assessing the pros and cons more fully, and not just the cons of a MLM because you're against it and the pros of what you're talking about because you're for it, like now essential oils or whatever.
justify spending $70 on a bottle of essential oil. They go, why don't you, I don't know, try selling it? And you go, I guess I have a few friends that might be interested, and I can get like a, 20 bucks or whatever from selling them some essential oils. Here's the caveat. In order for doTERRA to pay you, you have to place a monthly qualifying order to get that paycheck. And that order is generally at least $100 or about that much. They go off the point system, it gets complicated.
It's not complicated if you actually read the documents that are available with the income disclosure statement, the live, share, and build guide, and go to enough classes and ask questions from people that know what they're talking about. It's not complicated in that regard. It just does require working smarter as well as working harder to seek understanding and seek the truth so that you can have a more accurate conclusion. And that $100 qualifying amount, which is really the 100 point value or PV, after taxes and shipping, it's going to be, like 115 or so. But then if you take advantage of the product of the month, it's 125, but that's optional. Anyways, that 100, let's just say 100 PV doTERRA income qualification amount is called the cost of doing business. If you look at franchises, if you look at corporations and the college degree you have to have in order to qualify as a minimum requirement to get corporate jobs, 9 to 5s, cubicle worker type of stuff, there is a cost to an employment, whether you consider that to front end or prerequisite or not. College education could be anywhere from 10 to hundreds of $1,000s to basically qualify you enough to apply for a specific employment position. And the more specialized it is, like doctor or lawyer, the more it's going to cost. It's the cost of doing business before you can even do business, right? And then you look at, other businesses where you have to have supplies and a brick and mortar and insurances and licenses and permits, and there's a cost of doing business with all those. Whereas doTERRA is saying, hey, it's 100 PV, roughly $100 plus taxes and shipping, which is like $1,200 to $1,500 a year. Let's just say $1,500. That's the cost of doing business. Number one, it helps you be a product of the product. It's easier to share something if you've experienced it. I mean, that's going to be huge and a credibility booster. Number two, you have inventory to share with, so you don't run out of stuff, and you can actually share more meaningfully because you have it. You physically have it and can put it in a sample size with additional educational materials. So it's just a cost of doing business. And again, that requires a little business acumen, which is the ability to understand how the marketplace works and what is required to offer value to people that are looking for it.
And that's another reason why it's embarrassing to work for the company, because it's so complicated.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, watch your mouth. I've already addressed the complicated part. If I gotta bleep out one more word from you, girl, all right? All right? Come on now. family friendly YouTube policies. Okay, those two factors right there should be enough. But we're gonna see. Here we go.
So anyhow, if you enroll people and or sell some of the products to people that you know, you can start to earn money, but you have to place that 100 PV order, which is points volume. It generally is around.
Stands for point value or product volume. Those are some words. Basically, it's another word for basically the sales that your organization is occurring or incurring or adding value to customers with.
Around $100, and you have to place that order in order to get paid. $100 on essential oil products. Oh my! You saw what I got for $26.
She uses the Lord's name in vain a lot. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm bleeping it out, so you probably ain't gonna hear it. But here we go.
25, 26 bucks for all of that. $100 per month that you want to get paid. That's a lot of freaking money. And a big part of why people end up kind of going into debt over these kind of MLM companies, and a big part of why I feel like they're predatory. Now, I get it.
What you purchase is totally up to you. Again, nobody forces you to take out your credit card or debit card. Actually, in this case, if you're going in debt to make a purchase, you shouldn't even be purchasing that to begin with, because there's lots of different options. You can save up for your purchase, which is what people do, or you can split your purchase price with other people in your household or friends based on what their needs and goals are as well, to subsidize your order each month. Those are two options that have zero to do with going into debt or using a credit card. Now, using a debit card would be more wise, because that way you don't have to go into debt with regards to her specific example. But if you can purchase stuff responsibly and pay off the amount so that it doesn't accrue any, high interest with your credit cards, then yes, that makes sense. And on top of that, doTERRA has a program with regards to trying to get out of debt, which I've covered in another video, and so that is going to be another reason that you can actually not have to be in debt to purchase anything.
That's completely optional to do that, and there's smart ways to go about it, but generally people are just told, well, if you want to make them even cheaper, just sell some to your friends. And maybe they do. Maybe they sell a few to their friends and they get 20, 40, 60 bucks, something like that. That's for that 1 month or 2 months or something, but ultimately that's not going to sustain itself. And in order for you to continue to get discounts on the things that you want to order that are extremely expensive.
Expensive is a mindset. Let's look at how much you're spending on vacations, Starbucks, shoes, clothes, dreadlocks, earrings, jewelry, eating out, restaurants. Okay, anybody could say any one of those items is quote unquote expensive. Expensive is a mindset, not necessarily a reality for others that do or don't value something specifically.
You're going to have to keep selling to people, and in order to keep selling to people, you become an MLMer.
Eric Worre says that it makes most sense to offer a business opportunity if, number one, you know the person really well and you know they're looking for a business opportunity. Now, that's from a more of a sales associate or wellness advocate or distributor standpoint. On the other end, if you're a prospect, you need to have discernment to be able to call out lovingly the other person that says, hey, I don't really know you that well. Let's, get to know each other over time and see where it goes. Or you can say something to the effect of, hey, I'm not looking for a business opportunity. I'm just assessing to see if I have something that, is there a product or service that you have that I don't have already? That would be the other way to say something. And that, again, takes personal responsibility and personal accountability, and it is a skill set to be able to communicate that in a respectful way that's direct but respectful. And it goes both ways, not just one way. Consumers need discernment and education and communication skills, just like anyone in a sales related role needs that as well.
You become a salesperson, you become a consultant, a wellness advocate, a makeup artist, whatever you want to call it.
It's not a makeup artist unless you're already a makeup artist who is a wellness advocate, so not really sure where she got that from.
All these are overpriced, meh quality things.
Whoa, where's the fact-based evidence to support that meh claim? Because your facts have been meh so far, and a really high percent of opinions that I would argue is pretty much all opinions. And I mean, you haven't even produced the exact price that you spent for your oils. Where's the receipt? You know what I mean? Like for your now essential oils, like what's going on now, right? Just keeping it real.
When they say high quality, I just kind of go, eh. Even whenever I did the business and people would say, are there other essential oil brands that you'd recommend that are not MLM? And I would name essential oil brands that I were like, yeah, there's some out there that I would be like,
There are some. I've done videos on them, so okay. Let's continue.
yep, that's totally fine. Do that. While I'm on the
So you would tell people to buy other companies from other companies, even though you're with doTERRA. Now I have said in one of my videos that I would recommend a competitor if they were highly price sensitive and said something to the effect of doTERRA is just too expensive or I can't afford them. Anytime somebody mentions anything about money, especially too expensive or can't afford it, then I would recommend a similar lower quality, lower priced brand as a solution to help them with something that they're going through. Is that my number one choice for them? Absolutely not. My recommendation would actually be to save up or split the cost with somebody else. That's plan A and then plan B, respectively. And then after that, if they're just like, no, I don't feel like saving, and no, I don't want to, split the cost with somebody else, I don't want to hassle my family or friends or whatever to subsidize my costs, then I'd be like, well, you have other companies that are cheaper and less quality, and I'm saying less quality because their quality is not either verifiable or not publicly available or as comprehensive as doTERRA. That's how I'm defining that. And so that would be a third option for somebody. Some people will disagree with that, some people may agree with that, but the point I'm trying to make is I am offering solutions. If you do not want to go with plan A, here's plan B. If you do not want to go with plan B, here's plan C. I'm not asking you to like or agree with my solutions, but the point I'm trying to make is at least I'm offering solutions and you are in choice. I'm not forcing you to do plan A, I'm not forcing you to do plan B, I'm not forcing you to do plan C. You are in choice. You have choice. I don't know how much more clear I can try to make that. And I believe when she says, "Oh, you're sucked into something," it's just like the only time something is sucked into something is when you're vacuuming something. Okay, so that is when you're sucked into something, and that's it.
subject, guys, don't ingest any essential oils. That was another mistake that I had made, and I regret ever telling.
That depends on the brand, the frequency, the quality, the location, the amount that you use. I've done videos on this, so I'm not gonna, go in depth. The question and answer is it depends. So, boom.
Anybody ever that you can do that. It's go to a certified aromatherapist, talk with them about it. They will give you the scoop, the deets, whatever the case may be, but don't be ingesting these essential oils. Go speak to somebody who is qualified to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing with them.
So an aromatherapist has to go through schooling and a certification, which costs money. Okay, so they have a cost of doing business, and after they get that, they have a business after that. And guess what that business requires to stay in business? Money. And guess where they get that money from? It's from people who use their services and expertise and consultation and pay them. So if you're going to go to an aromatherapist, know that you are supporting a different type of business and it will require money, and they may or may not recommend internal use because it does not support their business model or belief system. And just because it doesn't support their business model or belief system doesn't mean that's the best or worst solution for you. It depends. And I think using a cookie cutter or blanket statement of just go see an aromatherapist, or to her point, maybe somebody that has expertise and is specialized and knows what they're talking about with regards to benefits and uses of internal use of oils, for her to say that no, they're never okay, like some people have said on my YouTube videos, I think should come with a qualification of it depends. And like I said before, it depends on the quality, the frequency of use, the location of use, and the amount that you use it, as well as other factors. So there is more that goes into it besides again, don't use it. Don't use essential oils internally.
I really hope this helps clarify anything for you guys. One last little bit. I don't care that you think my upline was horrible.
I didn't think that.
They are genuinely kind-hearted people. They aren't perfect, just like me. But
Okay. just like all of us. No one was perfect. The only one that was perfect that lived on this earth was Jesus Christ. So here we go.
But they're really awesome, wonderful, loving people, and that really tears me in half to see you guys in the comment sections just bashing my upline. It was my choice to join the company. It was my choice to leave the company.
Well, your commenters seem like they were taking a little bit from your example on how you pretty much bashed doTERRA, the oils, as well as your experiences, and your upline's comments to you after you were texting a picture of some water and alcohol in the background, or that's, the ale, cider, or whatever it was, and then got, you felt some type of way after that and wanted to, vent or rant on YouTube about that. So yeah, I would say that you definitely went in on your upline, but at the same time, you definitely, I think, mentioned your experience with them, because you even said that that was one of the, main things that made you, not want to be in doTERRA, or a thing, whatever it was, however it was said. Anyways, it was a reason why you felt some type of way about doTERRA and their business model and all that stuff. So I get that. I had another commenter mention like their upline almost made them want to quit, but at the same time, nobody makes you do anything. We choose how we feel. And when it comes to us, it's important to have self-awareness and emotional intelligence to be able to step outside ourselves and have those conflict resolution skills. And I think that, conflict resolution is not sexy, which is why most folks kind of scoff at it and are like, yeah, whatever, Lance, your little how to solve your people problems book link in the description, whatever. And I'm like, well, okay, the next time you're in some conflict with somebody, whether it be your significant other, your spouse, your friend, your family, your boss, your direct reports, your peers, let me know how your way's working, because how to solve your people problems has a biblical model, that's modeled out of Proverbs, that talks about the reasonable person and the unreasonable person, and that is an extremely practical as well as valuable skill set to have. And that is one of the books I most highly recommend because of that reason. It has set my mind free with regards to conflict resolution. Does that mean things are easier? Absolutely not. Whenever there's people, there's going to be problems, because we're all imperfect, and our imperfections and insecurities and immaturities rub up against one another like friction and can cause sparks. But what it has given me is the right tool set and the mindset and skill set to increase my likelihood of success with regards to having long-term healthy relationships or boundaries with non-healthy relationships. And that is the key.
And I left it for my reasons and my reasons alone. So yeah, just please leave my upline out of it. I know that you guys might have your personal opinions about it. Just tear me in half, leave them alone.
The goal is not to tear you in half, apart, or anything, upside down, sideways. The goal is for you to realize that there is personal responsibility and accountability that is required to actually see success in anything. And most people quit, and most people don't want to own their part in anything, because that implies that they're wrong in some way. And my goal of this video is not to, to prove that with her, but to also say like, hey, there's more sides to the coin besides one of the sides, right? And there's ridges to that coin. There's, if she's looking at the head side of the coin, I'm like, hey, there's a whole tail side, right? And there's a year of when it was made, and there's all types, and it was made of copper, if it was a penny, or it was made of whatever metal, if it was a quarter or a dime or whatever. So there's so many elements to stuff that I believe aren't being factored into her communications that need to be more objective. And more objective means more credible, because you're practicing more empathy by looking at both sides, and that means the pros and the cons. So again, that is not normal. I get it. That is maybe, outlandish or too much work, quote unquote, for other people, because they just want to believe what they want to believe and just tear down anything else. But I have not torn down anyone. I have given tough love, and I have kept it real, and I have corrected or rebuked lovingly. But at the same time, I went in because she went in, and if you're going to dish it out, you got to be willing to take it. And that's how it works online. That's how it works in life. And if you can't, then boom, keep your mouth shut, right? But if you speak and you have any type of belief and people see it, there's going to be people that like it, people gonna be that don't like it, that agree with it, that don't agree with it, and it's that skill set. Again, it's that conflict resolution skill set to be able to handle that maturely.
Anyway, all right. Leave your comments below, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. You can follow.
As you can see, a lot was said again by Kay, and a lot I don't agree with, and some that I
kind of agree with. It just kind of depends. I think a lot of her statements need to be qualified and backed up with fact-based evidence. I understand there's a lot of opinions that people have and, you know, beliefs that people have and values that people have, but at the same time, it's important to look at both sides of the coin and not just one side because it fits your agenda. And I think it's important to understand the other side as well and practice empathy and also have self-awareness with ourselves and take personal responsibility and accountability for what we own, what we allowed, what we were a part of, whether it be a small part or a large part, and basically try to forgive others if they've wronged or hurt us. Maybe not forget, but forgive others, and just try to be a reasonable person and always focus on personal development and know that we won't ever be perfect here on earth, but we can strive for excellence in everything we do, and that authentic network marketing companies that follow a teach and share business model and exchange real products for money, or the value exchange, is not an MLM or pyramid scheme according to the FTC. All those links will be in the description below so you can check those out. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you did, hit subscribe for future video updates, and most importantly, again, check out those links in the description below so you can continue to get your learn on. Where did those panties go? Where did those panties go? Oh my goodness. Hello? Oh my goodness, no, for real, like, where'd they go? Like, how'd they get over here? Good night. There, found them. Time to wear these tonight. Gotta paint the town burgundy. Wait, this is a bra. What the? I think it goes on like this, maybe? Oh well, let's turn this off here.